Hello, Monsters Bound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 7 of my Morghur the Shadowgave Campaign, where last time we took to fight to the vampires of Sylvania, and Bob Gerald and Gerald Bob did very, very well, actually. Also, we didn't have any war gores. We don't have any, we don't have any, still don't have any war gores. I don't think we'll be able to get any. Oh well. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I can live without war gores, basically. As long as I've got gaubles, it's fine. I'm gonna let's take the bestial rage. Let's do that. We've got a scarecrow banner, best banner in the game. Is Eelheart one? We need to. It is. In that case, let's scooch down here, and we will just do a little bit of raiding to just increase our bestial rage a wee bit. Now, Morghur has 2 skill points. I'm tempted to go for apocalyptic vision. I did. Oh, yeah. Now, Centaurs. Where are you? Creatures of the herd. So, speed, missile resistance, charge bonus. Well, it's alright. I could get lightning strike, but to be honest, I don't think I really need it. I'm tempted to give you thick. To be honest, 15 armor isn't really an awful lot. 15 armor isn't really going to help you all that much. So I think what I'll do... Okay, we're going to get Creatures of the Herd and Apocalyptic Vision. That'll finish off that. Then we're going to go for some more killy skills, I think. Something like that. An Unnatural Thirst, Prized Horse, stuff that's basically make you unkillable. If you're doing damage to everyone around you and you basically can't be killed, I mean, that's, in my view, that's a win. Let's give Gary Primal Instincts. Make him a bit more tanky. What do you actually have? You've got nothing. Gary, you're not equipped with anything. Have some stuff. Do you want a Filth Mace? It's not that good. Do you want a Sword of Swift Slaying? Have one of those. Have a Talisman of Endurance, have a Potion of Toughness, and have a bunch of other general crap. There we go, perfect. You've got a Blind Eye of Seeing, which is fine. I'm happy with that. I'll have a Helm of Discord, Axe of Korgor, have one of them, have a Zealots, have a bloody good big house. Have a mortgage. So that's... So anyway, the point is...
No.
Hello, Isabella. Gerald Bob really could do a regeneration. So let's get that. Maybe Penance. Gerald Bob has regeneration. Perfect. Perfect. Do you... Now, question. Do you have regeneration? You do. Do we think that regeneration and... What was it? Horrific... No. What's the one... Wait. Which is the one that gives... Oh, so horrible... Yeah, I mean, horrible regeneration is just regeneration, but resurrects units. There's no point giving it to Jabba Slides, because of course if they're dead, they're dead. You can't resurrect them. Do you think horrible regeneration stacks? Oh, disabled if battle outcome decided. So it doesn't work after the battle. Right, so basically after you've won, it doesn't work. That is after you can end the battle, basically. That's interesting. I hadn't really... I understand why they did that. Oh god, there's just a lot of vampires nearby. I mean, now, Castle Drackenhoff is going to have a big garrison, so I'm going to need both armies to deal with that. How much... Oh, we do have a lot of... do have a lot of this, so we could Oh, you know what? I'm tempted. Let's do something like that. And that means that you can get rid of those. And those. And you can have... You can have all the Minotaurs, which is very exciting. I'm tempted to also give you the Bestigors. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that Manticore. And... yeah, you can have another Bestigor. That means you can have... so, we're going to get rid of those spears. So you're going to have them. And that's... okay. I mean, that's not a bad little force there. I'm pretty happy with that. Plus everyone's got plague, which is good for me. Obviously, not for the people with plague. For them, that's disconcerting. Come, have some flesh. That's right. Pull up a chair. You want to can we trade? All right. I guess we can have a trade agreement. Here you go. Here's a gift. What is it? It's plague. Ah. Wow, everyone wants a trade agreement. I guess it's income. Genuinely didn't think I could trade with people, but apparently I can. And I'm making 110 from trade. Good. Good. Right, shall we go and smash Castle Drackenhoff? I'm thinking we should smash Castle Drackenhoff. I'm thinking we smash Castle Drackenhoff. In fact, change my mind. You come here. And Bob Gerald is going to lead the attack. Because he can summon like 50 Cygors. And if there's one way of taking down a wall, it's 50 Cygors. Ah, the old magical exploding bats in cages routine, of course. The vampires have got a strong theme, and it's very gothic, isn't it? Very, very super gothic. So we're sending the Gauls to attack the walls. That should be absolutely fine, no problem there. Send the doggos to attack that gate. Meanwhile, reinforcements are now pouring onto the battlefield from Bob Gerald, or Gerald Bob, or whatever his name is. And we now have 4 Cygors up and raring to go, chucking boulders at the wall and units on the wall. See the skeletons running higgledy-piggledy, not quite sure what they're so stressed about, being that they're already dead. So we've got a lot of Minotaurs in this army, so they're going to smash through the gate very, very quickly. Meanwhile, we do have the blood brute behemoth, a Gorgon. It's being spirit leeched. He does not give a shit. He does not care. He does. Yep. He's actually somehow through the gate already and slicing and dicing. I mean, he's already got 9 kills, and he's doing a lot of damage in the meantime. Right, the gates on this side are already down, thanks to the Minotaurs, and we're going to pull the Chaos Warhounds out of there, and then we're going to push the Minotaurs in. Meanwhile, the Bestigors are actually inside the city anyway, despite the... yeah, because they keep opening the flipping gates. I hate it when they do that. The gate's got 99... Come on, just hit the gate again. Just one hit. One little... Come on, someone, just bump it. Just look at it in a mean way. Can someone hit the... Right, there we go. The gate flies open, letting us into the city. The Blood Brute is surrounded by Black Knights, but doesn't seem to really care. He's just hacking his way through everything. And the Bestigors, really nice stats on them. 40 melee attack, 40 weapon strength. Not the best stats I've ever seen, but they're still pretty killy, which is good. And we're pushing into the city here. In comes our giants, backed up by Minotaurs. And there's not much actually stopping us. How are the units on the wall doing? Well, it's a mixed bag. In some places they're doing okay, but in some places they're not doing as well. Generally they're fine. As you can see, we've got littered bodies of Cygors everywhere. Oh dear, never mind. And there's Bob Gerald, or Gerald Bob, racking up the kills up to 257 kills thanks to Traitor Kin, which is an AoE spell, does damage to everyone. Can do a lot of damage given half the chance, especially against like large blobs of units. We're trying to take the other tower down. The Blood Brute's taken a lot of damage, but he's racked up 57 kills. I think that's 61, and he's easily done over 1,000 damage value. So he's doing pretty well for himself. I'm very impressed by his showing. Let's go with the Minotaurs. I mean, the Minotaurs are pushing into the city as you'd expect. There's very little that can actually stop them from doing that. Even ghosties. In they come. Okay, our Centaurs are now joining the party. We're sending a unit of Minotaur Butchers of Klackengrad over to help out on this side because there's not actually many units on the ground. Most of them are busy trying to take out the units on the wall. They're doing alright there. I mean, with 380 odd kills, Bob Gerald, or Gerald Bob, is doing very well for himself. And in come the Butchers of Klackengrad to join the slaughter. I mean, the Bloodbrute Behemoth has literally carved his way through several units by himself. He's up to 109 kills. Yep, he's doing pretty well. We're being overwhelmed on the wall over here as lots of Cairn Race and Ghost Guard. Ghost Guard? Grave Guard even. Sort of swarm us as we try and get up the wall. Never mind. We've got a giant over here because looks like there's a couple of units of cavalry. So the giant's going to take the charge, and we counter-charge with the Minotaurs and the Koroks Man Rippers, who are anti-large. We're chasing after another unit of Black Knights, but then stop and then decide to maybe think about our life and then receive a nasty little charge in return. But that does mean they're now blobbed into combat, which means we can counter-attack and hopefully finish them off. Some of our units are taking a bit of damage. The ones we sent onto the wall were basically sacrificial. Like, if they win, great. If not, they're keeping units busy. That's the main thing. We have a look at the numbers here. We can see that while the enemy troops did start out outnumbering us, they're now, they're getting torn to shreds very, very quickly. There's not much left for the enemy army, or they do have several units of Vargeist plus Manfred von Karstein over here, who is on a nightmare now, leading a little flying force there. They still have several units of cavalry sort of littered around the city, but against our Minotaurs, they're not really going to be able to make much difference to the outcome. This battle's very much over. We just need to finish off the last few pockets of resistance. Such as up here, where things are not going particularly well. But basically, the only place where things aren't going particularly well are pretty much up on the wall. Everywhere else, we're definitely winning. Some of these, I mean, there's how many? There's 6 gore left here. That's not very many. That unit's probably dead. But that's okay, because it takes 1 turn to replace them, and they're free, so. And I perish to think how much money we're going to make out of torching this place. And while the Minotaurs continue to deal with some more Black Knights, the enemy air force is approaching. Manfred included. Manfred is surrounded, but that just means the Vargheists can sort of rear charge us. We try to pull away to meet them, but in comes a black coach as well. That's been waiting in the wings for quite a while. I haven't tried out the black coach, actually. I don't know if it's got any better. Lots of Vargheists landing right in the middle of us. That's a really nasty situation to be in. We're kind of surrounded here. We try to punch through a last unit of Black Knights. They're still holding on for the moment. More and more of our infantry are being sent up to the wall to finish off the last few units, including some of our Bestigals. They will do a much better job at taking care of this Graveguard, especially because the Graveguard have been pretty decimated already. You can see lots of dead bodies lying all over the place. But that's fine. Now, seeing as all of the undead units have basically now got themselves engaged, our Chaos Warhounds are going to push right past them. They've played their hands. They're now locked into combat with us. Because our Chaos Warhounds can run over here and take the city centre, which basically means this battle's over. But fortunately, we do have reinforcements on the way to help out anyway. Pyrrhic victory? What do you mean Pyrrhic victory? We only lost Gauls. We can replace them easily. They don't cost us anything. Oh, look at all that money. Oh, so much money. God, was Bob... Did Bob Gerald suddenly realise he left the gas on or something? He just went miles. Wow, you legged it. You're like, I'm out of here. Bob Gerald's blasting off again. Let's get the Shaman Flame Pit. Because to be honest, I really could have done with some Shatterstone. Just realised how useful that ability is. It really is quite good. So, right, we've managed to knock out Castle Drackenhoff. I mean, we're building up a lot of devastation at Castle Templar. It's not, if they keep resettling stuff, it's not really a huge problem because it just means we get more devastation. So, who cares? Let's go and bop Eel Hearts. I haven't really run into any resistance. Oh, the Helm of Many Eyes. It's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Now, what do you have at the moment? Glittering Scales. That's quite good. Now, it's armor, isn't it? I'm wondering if we give it to you. That way you just buff up everyone around you, and I do quite like that idea. So I'll go with that. Now, you've already got 75% missile resistance, so giving you another 10% seems like it makes sense. So I'll grab that one. You can spread corruption, because I don't genuinely know what else I could give you, really. And have a little camp. What can we build here? We could build a totem of horns, which means we get touched by the moon. Sure. Could go with more winds of magic. Sure. No harm in getting that one. Could get a pile of flesh. I mean, it's... Look, I know beastmen are like you know, savage and brutal warriors. I just don't know at what point they go, yes, a pile of rotting flesh is really going to increase the ambiance of this pile of trash that I call home. You know, is that just me? I don't know. Let's get a Savage Mantle. Who knows? Gerald Bob, let's give you a Razor Gore. You can just roll around the Razor Gore chariots. Roll around in style. And I guess that means Bob Gerald's going to want one as well. But he's going to have to wait. Now, what? Oh, we could get some stuff from the... We could do some of this, couldn't we? We could... So, Distorted Reality does reduce... Now, I'm tempted to just maybe get a couple of these. They probably don't stack. But I'm tempted. Okay, you know what? Let's get a couple of those. Now, have we actually given one to... So if we give you that, then you get... Because that's an additional regeneration, so you will regenerate more. You've also got 69 melee attack. Nice. So effectively, you will have regeneration plus that, which means you will generate 8 hit points a second, which is fine from my point of view. Also, we can give the other one to Gerald Bob, and he also has regeneration, so he will also be pretty hard to kill. Now, I like everything about that, especially on Morghur, because the fact he just kills people around him by default. That's just more fun. And they've resettled Castle Drackenhoff already. It's a ballsy move, I grant you. It's a bold play, Con. Let's see if it will not work out for him, because we're right here. We're literally standing right next to them. Harpies from... It's not really that useful. Replenishment is only for 2 turns. I'm tempted to go for the Endless Herd, because that's 6 turns. I just don't think... I mean, I like the chariots. I just don't think... Like, you really want, like, 2 an army maximum, because if you go for more than that, it's still a lot of micro. It's still a lot of micro, so I'm not into that. I think we're just going to go Endless Herd. A little bit more growth. In fact, what we could do is get another army up. There's no reason we shouldn't have done that, to be honest. I'm going to get Great Brake Shaman. I'm going to go... You know what? Unless there's a good reason not to. Strong, Perceptive, Corn's Fury. I'm going to go for... Petitious is... Can we get... Oh, we should get a Bray Shaman, shouldn't we? Or should we get an upgrade? Should we... You know what? I'm actually going to get rid of you. Sorry, Padufu. I changed my mind. We're going to spend our dread to upgrade, and then we're going to get... Now, that's not going to give us any... You will heal. Not that I'm super worried about that. Okay, you wait there. Bob Gerald... You're going to... Really? What happened there? Fort Oberstrahl has been resettled. Again. Okay, we're going to come over here. We'll give that a turn to repair itself. Then we'll knock it down. It's like we're just watching there with crossed arms, and they finally put like 2 bricks on top of each other and go, yes, the reconstruction has begun. They heard this goat braying from nearby, and they're like, oh no, not again. And then just a tidal wave of goats. A tidal wave of goats with their creepy goat eyes. I take heart, then you die. Not before. Fair play. We've got flooding in work bads. Oh no. Not flooding. Wow, you're really just rolling around trying to resettle shit, aren't you? Well, look. I mean, that's torched again, isn't it? So I mean, that's a thing. We'll trash this. At this point, I'm thinking we may need another army here, just because they're very invested on trying to resettle stuff that we've incinerated. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just, you know, come on, guys. Just accept it. We've torched it. Anyone else want to go? Plus, it's probably riddled with chaos corruption. So we're up to 53.3% chaos corruption. So that's fine. What else we got? So we got Obersreich, Grunsberg, and Nullen. So I just guess we'll roll from one to the other, torching everything in the way. Oh, looks like there are some armies heading south now. That's actually quite a lot of stuff. Oh, because you've got all the heroes, haven't you, from the thingy. Not a big problem. We've got a Spawn Wrangler. More Chaos Spawn. It's quite nice. Let's just head in this direction. Do a bit of raiding along the way. No harm in that. So we've got 4 skill points left. So we probably won't be able to finish off all of this. I mean, we've already got a wound recovery time of -1 anyway, so there's literally almost no point. I mean, replenishment for lords in the Lord's army is okay, but still. So we've got everything we really want. So I guess maybe I go... Let's just go more killy. I don't think the armor's really going to help us, in all honesty. I don't think that's really going to come into play. And we want to get the Unrelenting Warherd for more melee attack, because of course, the more melee attack we have, the more killy we are. Do I want to get... Now, that will give us 2 giants on top of everything else. I mean, we've got the money, so may as well. So, we've got... Right, what we're going to do here, we're going to upgrade to get a level 5, and then I'm going to save until we can get a level 10. And then we will get another army, but not before then. And we could upgrade you, couldn't we? Could get the max rank there. Could we get... I'd like to get you some more Cygors, because then you can have like a battalion of Cygors, plus more that you can summon. And imagine all the boulders raining down on people's heads. I genuinely don't know who you are. So I say, what just exploded? Eschen just exploded. What the hell did that? Clan Mulder. Was that you? Are you at war with the vampires? Asking for a friend?
Speak too slow.
Huh.
Poke stab thing's brain.
You are indeed. Now, are you not riddled with plague here? I mean, I guess it stopped. Let's see if we can get it started again, because...
Impossible.
You say that, but I'm fairly sure we can get you riddled with plague. Just for funsies. Right. So, I mean, we've managed to do significant damage to... I mean, Sylvania is fucked, basically. I would like to hit Schwarzhafen. The Moot doesn't seem to have... Oh, it's not part of this Blood Grounds. Okay, we're going to skedaddle down here and take out Schwarzhafen, assuming these guys don't beat us to it. They are at war, so it could be that they actually do hit that before we can get there. If so, we'll kill them, because why not? Now, where can you... So that's Helm and Gorse. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit aggressive here. And we're going to meander in that direction. How long before we get the Dark Moon is in 6 turns. Okay, that's quite a ways away. It does look like they are advancing on Altdorf, so I'm guessing they probably want to try and retake it. In fact, they might actually be able to reach it.
Not likely.
With 2 full stacks. Oh no. We might lose Altdorf. Oh, that would be annoying. Shall we do the ritual now, just in case? Let's do... Alright, just in case. It'll probably be fine, but it's got us to level 6 anyway. So it'll probably be fine, but just on the off chance, because 2 stacks, and I don't know what's it, if that's like full steam tanks or something, and it's probably not, but I don't want to rule anything out, just in case. You again? What do you want? All right, I guess. Okay, well, it's not full steam tanks, to be fair, but it is still quite nasty. And Carl is in one of the stacks. I think we'll see if we can... worst case, we lose, but we do a lot of damage to the enemy armies. And then Morghur can just tear them apart. At least we can do a little bit of damage if they're advancing. So we've got 2 waves of enemies to deal with. The first is they're all very tired, which is good. That's going to make life a little bit easier for us. These guys are also weak, so everyone's tired. That makes that... Okay, good. God, doing a lot of damage to that cavalry. Already down to 50.
Don't stop until they're all dead!
You first. Ooh. So we're doing some good damage with that Cygor. 14 kills already on enemy cavalry. Not bad. Probably going to take that Demigryphs, but I've got a plan for dealing with this flank. It's the other flank I'm slightly worried about, but we do have a nice big hill over here, so we can get our infantry in position, and we should be able to sort of like block any charge. Charging up a hill is definitely not as effective, especially as they're tired, which means they're going to be quite slow. Their charge isn't going to be as effective. So we need to lock them down with our flying units, and then we countercharge with the Centaurs. If done right, we should deal with them pretty easily. So we're going to land in there. That means they're going to turn to deal with the Manticore. Then we charge in with the Centaurs. And lots of damage being done there. The Knights get another rock to the face, and then Harpies and more Centaurs sweeping in, just dealing with that little blob of Knights very, very efficiently. There we go. So the Empire Knights already breaking. The Demigryph Knights trying to fight their way out of this entanglement. And I don't know where they're trying to go, but it's not going very well for them. They are taking... Yep, they are now routing as well. They're terrified. And they're out of here. Meanwhile, we're charging down to engage the rest. The Minotaurs leaping in. Cygor chucking boulders at their heads. We've got a little engagement down here in the valley. Taking fire from these missile units. We need to deal with those quickly. The Warherd charging down, and here we go. We've engaged these Knights. You can see charging up the hill, definitely not as effective, which means that we can then start dealing damage to them. The Empire Knight stats not particularly good, whereas our Vestigors are much better. So we're going to be armor. Yep, lots of armor piercing there, and you can see they're just getting absolutely crushed. And those Demigryph Knights, yep, went down very, very quickly, mixed into the Warherd there with the Minotaurs. Worked out quite nicely. We do have a couple of units of Outriders, which we can't really deal with on this flank at the moment. Meanwhile, our fast-moving units are trying to wipe out the enemy missile units. So we've got the Centaurs engaging the crossbowmen there. The Harpies finishing off those archers backed up by the Feral Manticore. And we've got the Centaurs just mopping up those Outriders, making sure they're no longer too much of an issue. Having wiped out the unit on this flank, we can now sweep down into the valley and help out the Giants, and our Gors finish off these Halberdiers. and swordsmen. So far, so good. Okay, we've got our raiders to deal with the outriders. We've also got our Cygor to concentrate fire on that. Oh, lovely shot. Lovely. The Centaurs are taking out the last few units of missile infantry, but the second wave is almost upon us. So we need to quickly do as much damage as possible and then pull out and back up to a nice defensive position up here. Try and catch our breath as well. The units that we have that are sort of like raring to go will be much more effective against these exhausted units. So Centaurs pulling away from those units. Manticore just getting away from the General of the Empire there. He doesn't have much health left, which is good. I've kind of forgotten about these Minotaurs. They're now continuing to chase off these Empire Knights. Not ideal. But the rest of our units now making way to the top of the hill. The Cygor is up to 109 kills. Make that 117. Okay, here comes that second wave. A few units that we didn't manage to shatter are returning to the fight, but to be honest, there's not much left. And actually, we're doing pretty well. Considering that we were massively outnumbered, we've managed to sustain... We've managed to limit our losses to mostly the Gauls, really. A couple of units of Gauls got a bit mauled, but apart from that, we're looking pretty good. And we're actually pretty even now. So with this big blocks of infantry advancing towards us, I think maybe a couple of boulders probably warranted. Yeah, I'll do it. Very nice. So the more of them we can kill while they're on their way, the better. They do have a lot of characters, including Karl, of course. That's a bit of an issue. But if we can use our giants to focus them down, then we should be able to take them out. And if we can take out the enemy generals, then the rest of the army should break. So this Reichsguard trying to charge us on the right flank. We've got the giants and Minotaurs dealing with that. We're taking a little bit of fire there for some archers, but no big deal. Our Minotaurs are taking a little bit of fire here from the Outriders, but they've already taken a lot of casualties, so they're far less effective than they would normally be. Our Manticore is engaging the enemy general. We're getting a giant over to help. Oh, Karl's coming in from the rear. It's a Manticore sandwich, and he's the meat. Oof! Takes a nasty hit in the face. In comes the giant. Oh, doesn't manage to hit Karl. Oh, little dint. We're going to get another giant over here as well. The rest of our infantry now charging down to meet the enemy. We need to pin them in place, and then we need to wipe out their missile units. So our Centaurs already coming around behind, wiping out those Outriders, and Minotaurs coming in around as well, because of course they're pretty fast. So if we can stop them shooting, that's good. If we can wipe them out, that's even better. The Harpy's actually being very effective here, up to 56 kills. Here come the Centaurs. Big blobs of infantry. Oh, they're routing us. That's not ideal. And Karl's almost down. The Manticore has come back to the fight. And Karl is going. Come on, finish him off. Oh, that was a nice big meaty hit. And he's down. Karl is down. Karl's down. The other enemy general is currently fighting the Cygor, who has 304 kills. Looks like... Oh, he's got Devolve Cast on him. That's going to slow him down. That Manticore's come back to finish the job. The giants are lumbering after him. Meanwhile, the Minotaurs and Centaurs wiping out the last few units, and the Minotaurs now charging down the hill into the valley, slamming into the back of those swordsmen. And that's going to cause a bit of a rout there. In fact, a bit of a mass rout as multiple units start to flee. And with the exception of the Karabird Greatswords, who are unbreakable, we have successfully defeated 2 stacks of Empire troops. Pulled that one out of the bag somehow. Genuinely don't know how I did that. I thought we were goners for sure. After that second wave started to turn up, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, we're probably going to get overrun. And yet somehow did it. Ogre mercenaries arrive over here. Fair enough. Castle Drackenhoff is still raised. Schwarzhofen is... well, it's still there. I guess. I mean, it was. It was. Oh, it's like literally... guess we'll just give it a little raise. Just for funsies. We don't need the moot, do we? So we can come over here. Needling has been destroyed. We've got 66. I think we've done it. I mean, finally. Yeah. I guess that's good enough. It's good enough. So Needling has definitely been... It's a defiled blood ground. So I'll be interested to see whether the Skaven can go and resettle that. Have they taken Castle Drackenhoff already? They can't have. Fuck me, they have. Oh well, I guess enjoy Plague? I mean, they're Skaven, they do enjoy a good Plague. So, fair play to them. I don't think there's any point... we could do Gesundheit. Gesundheit could potentially be a good option for a blood ground. Should we maybe... let's head in that direction then. Having that we've, you know, caused mayhem and destruction. Let's just do some raiding, because why not? You're doing raiding. That's fair enough. We can get... ooh. What shall we do? Apocalyptic vision, sure. I would like to get you a better weapon. We don't really have the monies. Well, that Empire offensive went quite badly wrong, didn't it? Jeez. Do I finish them off? I mean, you say that, Emil, but I could come down to Nullen. Or maybe Wissenberg would be a better option. I mean, could do Grunberg. Could do Grunberg. I don't think it's probably worth it. You know what? Let's just skedaddle down here.
By Sigma, no.
Oh, but yes, Eben. Gonna do a bit of raiding and get quite a lot of income on top of our trade. What the hell are we trading? What the hell are we you know, what a... Create hail zones in 3 different climates. Could do that. What's this one going to give? That's bonuses for stuff. The Jabba Slice... Did Jabba Slice have regeneration? Where are we? There we are. Oh, they don't. They don't. So... not that one. So, actually, let's go this, and then let's get Gaze of the Dark Gods, because that will give our Jabba Slice regeneration. I mean, wait. Will that stack? Well, if Chaos Spawn have regeneration, will that stack with horrible... I mean, it's worth a shot, isn't it? Let's see what happens. It's always worth a shot. You know what? I would like to get some Chaos Spawn in this army, and I think we have availability there. So I think we probably should aim for something like that. We could probably get... oh, Banner of Outrage. Yeah, why not? Do we have... there we go, Spawn Wrangler. Yeah, so then you can have... I think we've got another Chaos Spawn available anyway, so then you can have a few Chaos Spawn in that army. That sounds good. I think your special skill upgrades their attack. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. Right, don't know what that was. I think you just tried to attack Altdorf and then ran away. How have you got more units? Where have you got that from? What the hell's happening there?
I refuse.
Where did you get spearmen from? You can't have global recruited.
I'll ignore that.
Well, will you though? Alright, we're going to go and torch Wissenberg. Go ignore Nullen for the moment. And they're probably like, oh, we're safe. Nope, it's just because I need to put Hearthstone in Wissenberg, not Nullen. It's all it's Feng Shui, isn't it? It's all that kind of stuff. So basically, it's no good in Nullen, but we will put it in Wissenberg, and then we can raise Nullen. And that is apparently Chaos Gods move in mysterious ways. So we're going to put you over here. We're going to stick a Hearthstone in Gesundheit. But first, I'm going to... Now, Chaos Spawn. Can we actually recruit Chaos Spawn? No, we can't. Because we don't have the building. Oh. How remiss. Okay, we'll raid in this direction, then we'll hop over.
I will not.
What, die? Because you're gonna. Is okay, I think... Does Manfred just have Krugenheim left? Krugenheim, which has 76% chaos corruption, is currently hemorrhaging public order to the point where it's going to rebel next turn. Wow, Manfred, things not going. And everyone's got plague. It's great. I love this. It's so good. It feels like having a massive effect on the campaign map without actually having to capture stuff. And I love stuff like that because I personally, and maybe this is just me, but personally, I feel like painting the map is the most boring thing you can do in Total War. Because it's so grindy. But stuff like this, you're fighting different factions in different locations, and you're having an effect in areas of the map. It's kind of like the Underway system. Not the Underway, the Undercity system. I quite like that because you're kind of having an effect without actually having to sort of like defend your stuff. Defending your stuff is really boring. But having stuff and having that affect you or like allow you to see bits of the map or make you more powerful in different ways, that's interesting. That's what I like. That's what I want to see more of. I say things like the Wood Elf mechanics now really good. Really enjoy that because I say that just gets you moving around the map, going to different locations, and most of the time you just can't do it. You know, you spend so long in one location because you're trying to expand and you're being attacked from all directions, particularly on the harder difficulties. You know, you're so busy trying to fend off the endless waves of enemies that you never actually get anywhere or fight anyone different. And it's about making the game harder. I realise, oh, again, really? Oh, we'll win. Like, we'll literally just be able to... Okay. Thanks. Wow, that's a lot of dead people. And we got the ambush on Vlad. Oh, Vlad. Banner of Outrage. I'm going to put that on... Wait, do you already have Frenzy? You already have Frenzy. So that won't really help you. I'm going to put the Frenzy on the Bestigals, because why not? And you're dead. Death Descendants. Reduction in wound recovery time. And Bob Gerald is bold. We've also got the Horn of the First Beasts. Damn right we have. So it gives us 24 melee attack, 20% charge bonus, and 8 leadership for 35 seconds for everyone in 55 meters. That's quite nice. Gerald Bob. Why don't you have the Horn? You've got a Horn of the First Beast. How does that make you feel? Hello, Balthazar. Now, you give armor, don't you, for everyone? I think. So you know what? We're gonna hop you over here, and I'm gonna scooch over here. We're not going to attack you yet because I want Gerald Bob to kill you to get the bonus because I think that's probably better. And yes, you do give bonuses for Chaos Spawn. Perfect. Oh, in fact. You come back here a sec, and because we ambushed, so we didn't build the building. Oh, rubbish. Okay, well, let's go and take Wissenberg and pop a Hearthstone in that one, and That one. There we go. Shamanic challenges. Winds of Malady. Excellent. I feel like Altdorf is going to come... they're going to really want to retake that. And I'm not going to let them. I'm just going to make their lives misery. You actually... You know what? For all the things I've done to the Reichland, you don't actually like me that much. Which is a kind of surprise. Should it be a surprise? Maybe. I like seeing everyone with plague. If anything, I like the fact that Throt has resettled some of these bits, because then he'll spread plague for me and that'll amuse me. That entertains me. I enjoy seeing it. It's fun. And that's why I relate to Nurgle so much, because Nurgle's just a fun-loving chaos god. He's a big chubby boy, like me. And he just enjoys plague. You know, he's not like, grr, plague everyone, ah ha ha. He's more like, oh, look at a plague, that's fantastic. What fun that is. Look at you cough your own guts up. That kind of thing. So, that's definitely why we're playing Nurgle first off as soon as Warhammer 3 hits. Cannot wait for that. Let's get the Hatred of Man. There we go. Perfect. Boris the Flesh Eater. Spread Corruption. Excellent. You know what I do? When can we get? Right, so only 1,500. Then we're getting some more. We're getting some more armies at that point, because I think at that point, level 10 units. I think that's probably fine. We're what, like 71 turns in, and we can recruit level 10 lords. Perfect. We'll kill Balthazar. Stick a Hearthstone in Gesundheit. You again? No, I don't even know who you are. I think you're these guys, in which case I need to burn Karag Dromar to the ground. So no peace with you. Now the Sword of Cain has been claimed. Of course it has. Hello, Balthazar. Don't suppose you'd mind. You know what? No. Don't suppose you'd mind if we popped in to say hello. What have you got? A lot of great swords, like a lot of great swords. That's fine. They're very slow moving. Can be pulverized with boulders. But that is going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.